And the sufficient condition rose, just like I said, becoming to the people on this planet that which is neither here nor there, by the ignorant. For ignorance merely means to ignore the facts. Fact. The planet is in its worst state now than it has ever been. Fact. They will call their creator or God many things, be you call him Allah, Jehovah, whatever name you choose. It is said that this God is all loving and all kind and all wise, yes indeed. And indeed that he knows things even before it comes into existence. So, how is it that you all cannot see that indeed the knowledge is necessary, but it is not a sufficient condition? Because the all, unbeknown to itself, it gave birth to yet a third condition that rose out of the center of the conditions of that which is here, standing opposite of that which is there. And in this, the sufficient condition came through the experience of it all that came to many people on this blue rock named that which is neither here nor there. Sad as sad can be, and many of you all, you know, that indeed wisdom speaks, and wisdom cannot be bought in the store. Wisdom's way will never get in your way, but it realized that it knows nothing at all. It knows how to humble itself out and indeed be everything it needs to be all at the same time. Just like I said, there's a place where the question and the answer meet and become one, called the meeting place of the heavens and the earth, that many do not know, but will come to know in time and time as time goes by and fades away. Because again, those of you out there living on the tick-tock, tick-tock, don't forget what I say, tick-tock, tick-tock, which is to put your clocks and your calendars away. Because if indeed you will enjoy eternal life, there will day come where you will have to see that indeed the tick and the tock and the rest that exist in between don't mean anything. Time is broken down into units, and you have seconds, minutes, days, hours, weeks, on up, where you have months, years, decades, centuries, and then you even have an equinox. And you might say an equinox, and I'll say, yeah, sure indeed. Because in the equinox, that's when all the planets roll around the sun in a complete circumference that is indeed not a circle at all, but an egg shape. You have what you call, watch now, sun cycles, moon cycles, sun cycles, and moon cycles. And truth is truth, it don't hurt. We entered into the sun cycle in the year 2000, which is why that year held so much controversy to many. Y2K, I know you know. And you might say, why the K? And I'll say, I feel the same way, son. Because indeed, the K makes a sound, doesn't it, y'all? And what does the C sound make? And which one comes first in the American alphabet? Is it the K or the C? And indeed, you know like I do, because we go A plus B equals C. And when you see, you are finally free, because A represents the analyzation and assessment of whatever finds its way into your face that moves you on to a day and a time by which you can properly evaluate. And you might say, why the A and the E now? And I'll say, because in the ancient language they were interchangeable. What do I mean by that? You can say Mikael, or you can say Michael. You can say Allah, or you can say Elo. Again, the A and the E was interchangeable. And whether you like it or not, L is the definite article that belongs to the Most High only. For it is all of all in the all that exists in the Most High position. I don't know how in the world amongst you all, be you man, woman, or girl, how is it that you can see that indeed in Christianity, Judaism, and Islam, you have the Most High God made mention of. First, his name in cuneiform was mentioned like this: Anu, which is spelled A-N-U. A-N-U. And I know you might say, well, where am I going? I'll get you there one day, I'm sure. If indeed you hold tight to the hem of my garb and don't let go. Because indeed now is the time that you may know the name Anu went into the Hebrew pronounced Eli, and then out of the Hebrew into the Arabic to be pronounced Ali. All three means the Most High God. How in the world can you have a Most High God if indeed there isn't a Most Middle God and a Most Low God also? It must mean that indeed this deity sits on top of a pile of other gods and in some way has outdone them to be declared the Most High deity. And many of you may say, wait a minute, I thought there was only one God. And I will say, son or daughter, go back and Ikra bismi rabbaka alladhi khalaka. Khalaqal al-insan min alaq. Ikra rabbuka al-akram. Alladhi allama bil qalam. Allama fil sana ma lam yamnam. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Which translates, Ikra bismi rabbaka alladhi khalaka. Read in the name of your sustainer, for your sustainer is most generous, and he teaches you by way of the pen, Bil Qalam. And the words of the Most High are always supreme, O fam, for we are more than friends, and in this we will finally see that indeed the necessity is to Iqra bismi rabbaka alladhi khalaka. Read, because your sustainer is the creator of all things. Khalaqal al-insan min alaq. He has created you all from a single cell separating. Ikra rabbuka al-akram. Read, because your sustainer is most generous. Alladhi allama bil qalam. And he teaches you by way of the pen. Allaman tinsan ma lam yamnam. Sadaqallahu al-azim. Those things which you would have never known. For the words of the Most High are always supreme, and none can deny that when truth comes, false things perish. And never ask, what? Why? Because why is why? We know as you go along in this show, you learn, I'm sure you do, and you earn your way back into the heavens and or the haven by which the name heaven came from. Haven is where you get the word heaven. Don't you know? Now you do. Because my name is ATUN-RE and I'm here to give you all what you need. It's only because of that word, I'm here. I'm here. Finally, you see. When the need is great, the master teacher will appear. And you all may say, where, when, and how, and what, but never say why as a child of the Most High. Because why is why. And don't forget, why is not a question, why is a complaint. So much so that the non-grateful amongst you chose to ask, why was I even born? And in this can never be great, though you were meant to be. For we are great people, and indeed greatness belongs to us all. But how can you be great if indeed you are not full of some sort of greatness? And in order to be full of some sort of greatness, that means you have to be grateful for the small things, that more things may come your way and you may learn in the day that wise wisdom knows nothing at all. And how did it come to be that way? Let me explain. Because again, the all went in search of the one thing that it knew it was lacking, which was knowledge of itself as being the greatest of all things. And how and why can it not know itself as being the greatest of all things? Because it did not have the means, for it was all there was. And the knowledge was necessary, but it was not, I repeat, a sufficient condition. Because by the all having made the wise decision to get up and go in search for the one thing that it knew it was lacking, which was knowledge of itself as being the greatest of all things, for the first time it did a very wise thing. It turned within, so it would no longer be without the one thing that it knew it was lacking. Creating the conditions of that which is here, standing opposite of that which is there. And in this, it afforded itself for the very first time the means of measurement. And in so doing, finding the one thing that it knew was lacking, and like I said, the knowledge was necessary, but it was not a sufficient condition. The sufficient condition rose from out of the center of the two conditions of that which is here, standing opposite of that which is there, which became to you all that which is neither here nor there, but you know it's true. It comes through the experience of it all. You can have a person tell you all day long what they read in a book. You can even go to the same book and read it yourself. But until you experience it, child, how much do you really know? Knowledge of self and or the facts that surround us come through three things: evidence, reason, and or experience. Now, experience might not be the most practical of the three, because you may have experienced something I've yet to experience. And until I experience it too, it will not be a fact to me as it is to you. And indeed, right there, you're a day late and $1 short. Because whether it's the most practical or not, it is the very most powerful. Because once you experience something, that's the one thing they can't take back.